Salam, Phoenix Ramadan L. Jackson, back in the light of Al Brazeera Cyber Network. Tonight's New Moon video conversation is regarding emotional intelligence. So let's get started. Before I cry. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So, now, emotional intelligence is derived from the internal lectures that stem from deep within our very soul or our psyche. Now, the core of our very being. These emotions motivate our conscious mind through inspiration or the intuition it receives from pre-programmed energy. Okay, and pre-programmed energy would be the vibrations. Okay, now, so pre-programmed energy that consciously interacts with our psyche through inspiration or intuition. So emotional intelligence is based upon the intel the heart sensitively receives and its level of and also based upon its level of sensitivity will also depend on how intense the person will sense the vibrations, right? This emotional intelligence, okay, emotion is comparable to one's inner child, the sensitive side, right? The softer side, right? Because as we know, when children are young, they both basically communicate through their emotions, right? Crying and throwing tantrums and anger and fear, and so we can basically say that will be part of the limbic system, right? But part of the brain, because it deals with, we're talking about fear and anger and all those different things, right? But anyway, when we're dealing with emotion, but the person, that will be like the inner child, right? That will be also like the ego aspect of the being, right? The emotional side, okay? But nonetheless, the person has to have a really, really sensitive heart to sense these very, very sensitive vibrations, okay? Delicate, soft vibrations, right? And it's said, right, that, what did it say? The prophet born of a virgin said that and Islam too, it says that the person should have a very, very sensitive heart, right? And in Christianity, what does it say? That the person should be innocent like a child, basically, okay? So the heart intelligence must be soft like a child, and that their emotions would be, or their emotional intelligence would be like their inner child, okay? Okay, now, that would be like the humanitarian side of the person. And this emotional intelligence also is a navigational system, okay, when flying blindly by faith, right? And it's also, that's why love is involved, right? Because what do they say? Love is blind, or something like that. So faith is blind, right? Because you just believe, you just know what you know, you just believe what you believe, right? Because you feel it, right? And you trust love because you feel it, right? Yeah. Okay. Like I love FB, right? my FB friend, right? Okay. Anyway, so as I said, so it'd be like loving. It would be it's our navigational system, because we feel, we have feelings, right? We feel it. So one must maintain a sensitive heart in order to sense the waves of electromagnetic or universal vibrations received through their nervous system, which all would agree is very, very sensitive. Thus, one must not allow themselves. Okay, let's see what one must not allow themselves to do. Okay, so let's see. Take another page out of this book, which is easy for me to do it that way. Okay, they must not allow themselves to be desensitized by constant dehumanizing assaults on their humanity with criminal acts of organized violence against their nature and through the constant destruction of their natural environment, right? So to attack the sensitive heart, right, is to attack one's humanity and to constantly place in one's face acts of, like you see all the time, they put on TV ISIS cutting off people's head. Now they got ISIS cutting off people's head, and the people saying, "Oh God, God," to play on your emotions. That's what they're doing. They're playing on your inner child, your emotional side. Okay, tell John McCain not to be giving ISIS no goddamn fucking money, and ISIS will go the fucking away. Okay, it has nothing to do with Islam. Okay, it just doesn't. Okay, that's them playing on your child emotions, so you'll get outraged and let's go kill him. And again, you're still playing on your emotions, fight or flight limbic system. Okay, and then what? After war, then what? What do they call it? TPS? No, PTS? Yeah, post. Some where it has something to do with post-traumatic syndrome, PTS, I think, where the person, after going to a war, their mind just it stays all stressed out, and they stay in that fight or flight mode of thinking, and overly sensitive to sound and noise, and they react, okay, because their mind is still, their nervous system is still hypersensitive, okay, to whatever sound, behavior, or what have you. Okay, so that's what they're doing. They're trying to desensitize your emotions, but in the same time assault your emotions. And then after they desensitize you, then they dehumanize, because now you want to kill, right? The person seeing something like that, from what I saw in one posting on Facebook, where somebody put on where ISIS cut somebody's head off, and then what? The person, before they died, they hollered out Jesus. Okay. Well, what did the Muslims holler out before depleted uranium bombs landed on their? You saw the video I showed you, the torture and all. Who do you think they called? Huh? So they're playing on both of our emotions. That's what they're doing. Okay, it's outrage, and we can't let those emotions, our flood. We got to control our emotional intelligence. Don't let it be manipulated by trans personal beings. Okay, so anyway, you want to say hi? Okay, that's who else would that be? But Yasmin Sky.
Yeah.
Say hi. Come and say hi, Yasmin Sky. She's got the huge backpack on. Say hi. Say salam.
Salam.
Okay? Say I love you.
I love you guys.
Say I'm going back to where up to do my whatever I'm doing.
I'm going back home.
Okay. Say I love you.
Love you guys.
Okay. Bye, Yasmin Sky.
Bye.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So they're playing on your emotions. They're manipulating your emotions. And like I said, all those depleted uranium bombs dropped on Iran, destroyed Libya. Now we got Egypt in turmoil. One to strike Iran and all this kind of crap. And so who do you think they called out? I'm sure, mashallah, fellow Muslims called out Allah, okay? But they didn't put that up there, okay? But they want to play on your emotions by bringing a person in front of you and, giving the impression that, cutting their head off, But there's been so many false flags. Only Allah knows if that's true or not, if that happened or not. But if it did, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah will deal with them. Okay, blame McCain, blame Obama, blame Israel, blame Britain, but don't blame the Muslim, because the Muslim, that Islam does teaches Muslims not to do that. Okay, I'll post some stuff what it says about Christianity in the Quran, about they are Muslims brothers, okay? And if they believe, then, of course, if they believe in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they'll go to Jannah too, Jannah's paradise, right? But if they don't believe, of course they're going to be punished. Like in Christianity, if people don't believe in God, they're going to be punished. Okay? So there's no spiritual imperialism, which they're trying to play on our minds, okay? Play on our flood our emotions with anger and rage, and then they capitalize on that bull crap. Okay? That's what they wanted. Go kill him, go kill him, go kill him. He said Jesus before he did that bad, evil, crazy Muslims. It's game. It's game. Don't fall for it. We've come too far. They are too far behind us, and that's why they're doing that desperate stuff. They're playing those hoax, So that's what they're doing, manipulating our emotions. Those paratrans personal beings, okay, spiritual demonic beings, okay. Anyway, yeah, because what do we say? They want to destroy America. They really, really do. Okay, so they'll use anything, desensitize the person by showing them the heads get cut off. Okay, then dehumanize them by them getting angry and wanting, let's go bomb them, let's go drop depleted uranium on them. Okay, remember. Okay. You want to know who's behind all this? Is that Vatican? That's who's behind all this, okay? Playing on your emotions like you're a little kid, okay? It's time to be intelligent about these matters, okay? Now, so as I said, they desensitize by constantly dehumanizing, they desensitize the person, the heart, right? They make the person hard-hearted. I don't care anymore. Them, right? They just don't care. That's what the commercial world does. Desensitizes, right? Makes them mad all the time. And they already don't have enough money, don't have enough food, don't have the right education, can't car breaking down, don't have the right car. There's so many financial challenges. They're already, challenged and stressed, okay? And then many times got to commute all the way miles and miles from work, and then the work don't pay minimum wage or whatever. They're not paid enough, right? And two parents working, so their mind's overstressed, so that they're already emotionally edgy, right? And then they come in with that, and then they attack you, these paratrans personal beings, right? Attack the person spiritually, right? The spiritual attack. He said Jesus before they cut off his head. Okay, he did. He may have said that. And I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help that man from those evil ISIS sons of bitches. Yeah, sons of bitches. Okay? And bitches being the Zionist bitches, right? Anyway, so, but nonetheless, okay, when they killed, and I'm not suggesting revenge or anything, but I'm just demonstrating how your mind is being, you're being emotionally assaulted, spiritually assaulted, to be driven to madness to do the devil's work, right? So he can spiritually manipulate your emotional intelligence by sending these false vibrations, because what you feel angry, you feel disturbed, right? And then you feel fear because they're coming here, right? You got the media always hyping, they're coming here, they're crossing the border, you gotta watch out. Oh, we gotta arm, we gotta stop them over there. We gotta blast them back to kingdom come with depleted uranium. Despite in the Bible it says the beast would use
flesh melting weapons to, instruments of war that would melt the flesh up off the bones. Nuclear wars had to do that, and who possesses that? So who's the beast, right? Yeah, and they're dropping this flesh melting weaponry off our bombs off in Arab countries, right? Muslim countries, because they could care less if they're Arab. It's the spirituality they don't want, because they want spiritual imperialism, right? So the new creed today is spiritual imperialism, right? As it was racism, as they used racism, right, to conquer the heart of man, right, the soul of man, and create their commercial world, right? So now it's spiritual imperialism, right? Islam is bad, and democracy is good. Who do you think went over there and did all that bombing and all that? You don't hear Muslims saying to Christians, America, right, is a Protestant Christian nation, but you don't hear Muslims saying that Christians are killing us. Okay? They didn't say that. They said America. Okay? So don't be fooled or deceived. Okay? And it's not America. It's that Zionist movement, right? To take over what we already know what they're trying to do, right? Destroy. The human race, right? Right. Okay. Well, we'll move on. Okay. So they dehumanize. They constantly assault. They desensitize by showing so much atrocity, but they don't show the atrocity they do, right? No. Okay. So anyway, and then they dehumanize others, right? And that's by constantly assaulting Muslims as what? And Muslims are your brothers, whether you believe it or not. They are. They are. Okay. So this fact needs to be awakened to, and inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm going to post something from the Quran every day so that you can read it and see that for yourselves, because they are deceiving you. And you got to remember this. Islam is like soccer. I know that many Muslims probably won't like that comparison, but after they understand, they will see what I'm talking about. In America, the sport of choice was football, right? Around the world, football is basically alien sport. Okay? In the past, it was basically an alien sport, because the world played football football was considered to be what soccer is today, and that was around the world. Okay? So the only people who Islam appeared to be alien to, like soccer, let's put global football is soccer. Global football is soccer. Whereas football in America, or soccer in America, let me do it again. Okay. And you probably already got it. Okay. Soccer is football around the world. Okay? But football is something different in America. Okay? Let's put football in America is basically, let's say, Super Bowl. Okay? Now, so when Muslims live, Muslim is a religion, that is a global religion, right? Every country in the world is very, very familiar with Islam. The only country in the world that was not familiar with Islam is America. Okay? Like, America lived in isolation, basically, right? So then you have, let's say, okay, like soccer. I really don't like this film. Anyway. Like soccer, okay, no. Okay. So, and not that many people around. I'm going to do it again. I hate this. You know what? I'm going to tap out. Salam alaikum, and I will get back to you with video 2. I'm going to leave it as it is. We'll come back to this soccer thing. Okay?